how does Italian sound for dinner tonight? Chef Mark Schneider with the TSTC Culinary Arts Department going to teach us how to make some meatballs, but you got a little upgrade on these. These aren't regular meatballs.
No, they're not. They're a little twist. We're going to stuff each one with a little bit of fresh mozzarella cheese. So when you break into it fork, that cheese just kind of ooze out. It's fun at the table. They're fun to make, and it's really easy to do.
Terrific. Well, let's start.
Okay, well, we're going to actually use two different types of meat today. We're going to use just a ground beef. You could use a lean. You could use, you know, an 80-20. You could use a chuck or a sirloin, and then you can find ground pork, and we're going to use ground pork. Again, if you want to experiment, you could use chicken and turkey and make it a little bit more health conscious. Of course, we're putting cheese in it, so who knows? Yeah. Might as well go all the way. And then we just chopped up some nice, just fresh white bread. Okay. And that kind of goes in.
Do you need to do that day old or no?
It could be day old or no. Doesn't matter. And then we're going to add some seasoning profiles. So we've got a little bit of salt. That's going to go in.
Trying not to fall behind.
That's okay. We got fresh parsley. It could be dried if you like.
Okay.
Just a little black pepper. A little fresh garlic. You can use more or less depending on how you like it. And this is just a little fresh oregano. Goes right in. And then one whole egg.
Got it.
Now I'm going to wear gloves today, so I can just kind of mash it up and get in there with my hands. This is another fun one to do with the kids because you
let them do it.
Right, you put a little, and you can get gloves anywhere, any medical supply. You can even get at HEB now, and then you just kind of mix all these up.
Thank you for doing this today and not having me stick all my hands all in there.
Well, I love to get my son doing this one. I mean, he'll get in there and just love it and squish it around and that kind of stuff.
Now tell me, why do you do two different kinds of meat on this?
It's just going to add a little different, more heightened flavor profile. That pork is going to kind of blend real nice with the beef. It's more traditional, well, as in Italy. And so,
a little mix there.
Yep. And then we're just going to take a little bit, however big, you know, your size meatball. We'll just flatten it out, and then.
So you're making a little patty.
Right. I'm going to put the cheese right there.
Okay.
And I'm just going to fold it in.
Until you can't see that cheese
Until you can't see it anymore, and just kind of give it a final roll. And there you go. And that's completely encapsulated. Then what we'll do is we're going to finish off the batch a little bit later. Okay. If you could hand me just a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to, just in any type pot you want, this is just a regular saute pan. We'll add the olive oil. We're going to add the meatball down. And we're going to start browning that. Okay. We're going to brown it on all sides.
Kind of just roll it around as it starts to cook.
And then we're just going to add in, right at the end, when they're all browned on sides, we're just going to, I'm going to go ahead and do it now, and we'll finish them off later. We're just going to add in your favorite tomato sauce.
And this is when they actually cook all the way through, when they're in the sauce.
Okay. And then we're just going to keep those, we're going to cover it, put it on a medium or low heat. And then we'll cook those for about 20, 30, 40 minutes.
Tell me, when you're making meatballs for your family, about how many meatballs do you set aside for each person?
Well, for me, 6.
They're that good.
However many they can eat, but normally we'll do a portion of 3 of this size.
Okay. And then we've got our finished plate over here. And you just put this over whatever pasta you happen to have at home.
Your favorite pasta, breadstick, a little salad, and you're good to go.
Spaghetti's probably the most traditional.
I love spaghetti. I sure do.
Here is our finished plate. I think these look delicious, and you can't even tell until you bite into them about the cheese.
No, that's the fun part.
That's a great secret right there. How about that mozzarella inside the meatballs? The recipe is online. Oh, I'm about to lose a meatball.
Yeah,
the recipe is online at momseveryday.com.